Hi guys, get in the know with Toya. So I know you read the title. Yes, I will be making some salmon croquettes today. Some people call it salmon patties or salmon cakes. It doesn't matter. I'm going to go ahead and get these things started. Now for the ingredients, I will be using onion powder, ground paprika, some Louisiana hot sauce. I have some garlic pepper. I have some Creole seasoning, garlic powder. Gotta have some Old Bay seasoning or any seafood seasoning that you prefer. I also have some parsley flakes, extra virgin olive oil. Some people might not want to use the olive oil. They might want to use vegetable oil, whatever suits you the best. And I also have some Italian breadcrumbs. And that's another thing. Some people might want just the plain breadcrumbs. I think they have like a garlic and herb breadcrumbs as well. So these are just some of the seasonings I will be using. And I also have some fresh chop seasoning. I have some green, yellow, red peppers, and I have some celery, and I also have some chopped onion as well. I have minced garlic right here. And you guys, I know some people usually just use the salmon in a can, and that's fine, but I decided to use fresh salmon. And what I did was I just chopped it up into pieces like this. And I just put some pepper. I put black pepper on it. And I also just put a little bit of pink Himalayan salt. And you have to be really, really careful when making the salmon patties because you don't want to have them salty. Remember, you have some people put Cajun seasoning in theirs. Then you have the Creole seasoning. Then you have the Old Bay. So you have to really be careful when preparing these because you do not want to make it salty. And I also have some honey mustard right here that I'm going to be using, and I also will be using some mayo as well. Now in making these, I guess everyone have their techniques. Some people use I believe some saltine crackers. What else? I think some people also have an egg. They use an egg. So it's many different ways that you can prepare this. I guess it just depends on what you want in your salmon croquettes. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the stove on and get this skillet hot. I am going to go ahead and sit this salmon back in the refrigerator. And I'm going to go ahead and just kind of put the chopped seasoning in the pan and just kind of cook that down a little bit first. To the pan, I have just added some olive oil. I would say maybe 1.5, I guess, tablespoon. So I'm just going to go ahead and add this. Like I said, this is not something you have to do, but it is optional. Now, actually, today I will be doing something different. Usually, like I said, I like to use the fresh salmon, and that's fine. But I usually just buy it, and I put it in the oven first. So I put it in the oven, and I let it cook a little bit, and then I take it out. And usually it'll have the skin on it, so of course I have to just pull it off. It comes off really easy once you put it in the oven. And then I kind of just break the salmon up in a bowl. But as you can see today, my salmon is already chopped and it's not cooked. So this will be my first time actually making these where the salmon has not been baked or anything like that before. So, and like I said, if you don't want to even go through any of this, you can always go and get it in the can. You can buy it in the can. A lot of people I know, you know, they just like, oh, we don't see anything wrong with using the salmon in the can, and that's fine. You know, whatever suits you. So you guys, this right here, this is definitely going to be a first for me because like I said, I usually just always put the salmon in the oven first and then I just kind of break it up. So I'm going to see how they're going to come out. And I will not be using an egg. I have used egg before. And basically, a lot of these ingredients that you're using, you just want to make sure you have stuff where the actual salmon and everything can bind together really, really good when you get ready to put the salmon croquettes in the pan so that they can be nice and seared. But you guys, these are really good. If you have not tried them, please try to fix it. As you can see, it's so many different ways you can prepare it. There are a number of different ingredients you can use as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and let this sit a little bit. I don't want to keep stirring it too much. So as far as with seasoning, you just gotta, you know, let it do its thing and just cook through. And once that's done, I'm going to go ahead and take this out the pan. Then I'll set this to the side. And okay, so now I have the salmon in a bowl. And I guess it's time to just go ahead and start adding all of the ingredients. So I guess we are going to start with some paprika. And of course, depending on the amount of other ingredients you would need, it all depends on how much salmon you're actually going to be fixing, because, you know, that determines how many actual salmon croquettes you will be able to make as well. So now I'm going to go ahead and add some Old Bay. I'm going to add some Creole seasoning. Just a little. Garlic powder. Onion powder. And I'm going to use some garlic pepper as well. Yes, I love garlic. And I will be adding the breadcrumbs. Some hot sauce. And I'm going to go ahead and put in the minced garlic. Let's add that. So now I'm going to go ahead and put in the mustard. And the mayo. Let's add that. All right. Now let me wash my hands. It smells really good. All of the seasonings mixed together with everything. It smells really, really good. So I need to get like a little, let me get a plate really fast. Okay, so I have a plate, and the reason why I have a plate because when I get ready to start binding this together, I just want to have something to sit it on. And you guys, now I can go ahead and just add the seasoning that I have. I can go ahead and add that to it. And I like to add this last because it's already been, you know, cooked on the stove, so I just like to put it in last. Okay, so I'm just going to toss this around. So I'm just going to toss this. Just like that. All right, now move this, and I'm just going to put the plate right here. And what I'm going to do is just lay down a bed of breadcrumbs. Now this is where your hands are about to get dirty. So I'm just going to take a little bit of olive oil. And I just basically just put some on my hand, and that's so that I can start grabbing the salmon. Okay. It's almost like you're making I guess a big meatball, but not really. So, and that's kind of how I do it. And I just sit it right there, getting it all ready to get in the pan. So I'm going to just go ahead and keep doing the rest to make sure I get all of these prepared and ready to go in the pan. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use olive oil again in the pan to actually sear these salmon croquettes. Like I said, some people might want to use vegetable oil or canola oil. You know, it's just your preference. Oh, please give it a try. You know, you don't have to use fresh salmon. Like I said, you can always get it in a can, and you can prepare it that way. If you want to get the fresh salmon and you don't want to prepare it this way, do it in the oven, because like I said, that's usually how I do it. I will put it in the oven just a little bit, and usually if the skin is on, I'll take the skin off. I actually had salmon that had skin on, you guys. I had to take the skin off. It's a pain, but yeah, I got it off. You know, it wasn't like, oh, it took me forever to do it. But you have to make sure you do not have the skin on. You can't keep the skin on while preparing these. So I had no choice. I had to make sure I just get it off. And you know, once I took it off, I was just able to go ahead and cut the salmon up into small little pieces, and that was a wrap. So okay, so I've added some olive oil to the pan, and it's hot, so I'm going to go ahead and put the salmon in the skillet. just like that. And basically what you're looking for is a darkness on the other side where it's going to get brown, and just make sure that it's actually cooked throughout, and then you can just go ahead and flip it on the other side and do the same thing. But you guys, like I said, it's really simple and really easy. So once I flip these over, I can go ahead and add the rest of the salmon to the skillet. So I just flipped them, and this is kind of the brown color you want to see. You want to see the caramelization actually form on the salmon. And you know, once it's like that, then you can just go ahead and flip it. So I just went on ahead and flipped it. This is fine to me, and you can actually see where it's cooking from the sides as well. And guys, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing. I have 3 more that need to be put in the pan and cook. So once I get finished with that, then hey, we're all done. And you can just see the finished product, you guys. But this is so good. It smells so good as well. So like I said, please give this a try. Okay, they are all done. This is just some of them. And you guys, as you saw, it's very easy to prepare these. And I hope you try it. Please try it. If you don't want to try it with the fresh salmon, like I said, you can always get it in a can. And thank you just for tuning into the video. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Like, you can literally just stop right now. Take a break. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And you guys, let me know if you try this way. If you like salmon croquettes, hey, you need to try this. This is so good. Some people like to eat it with breakfast. They'll do like eggs with it and syrup and stuff like that. Some people prefer to do it more as a meal. They might pair it with some rice or some veggies. It just depends on what you want to pair it with. You guys, thank you again. And I'm going to go ahead and try these. And I'll see you guys next time. Later.